Etsy?
On eBay.
On eBay.
Hello.
Hello. We've just had a sale in.
Yeah.
Bear with, we'll show you.
I don't know if it was a subscriber, but
I was looking at that listing only earlier.
yeah, we obviously gave it some good positive vibes. We've just sold that.
It's a double-handled mug. Where's the picture that shows the? Yeah, it looks like a heart from that angle.
It does a bit.
Isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
What did it go for?
$12.99.
£12.99 English pounds. Very handsome thing, actually. Studio Pottery. Wasn't it from a hotel?
Yeah. Yeah. Aylesford Gore Hotel.
Somewhere here. I don't know where it is. Anyway, welcome.
Yes.
We're
Hello,
rambling
hello.
already and we've barely started.
But I just need to cancel it off Etsy because, it'd be sod's law that it would sell on Etsy.
Right, well, you do that and I'll say some hellos. Welcome to our regular Sunday thing that we do. This is our chance to come on, hang out, chat to you regulars. And usually we would share stuff, but we haven't been out finding stuff. Can you hear Jeff? So we're just going to have a chat, and it's been a testing week is an understatement. Things are transpiring against us.
These things are sent to try us, as they say.
So we're gonna tap into or talk about a bit of that, and try and turn it around and be positive about things. That's how we try and do things here. It's the only way to live, right? Just turn things into a positive.
I can't have him on my lap though. I'll just melt. Hello.
You might be able to come up and say a quick hello, but we don't want a hot water bottle on us.
No.
So yes, I said I was going to say hello to a few people. If you are watching live, you can comment in the live comment section to the side. So please do. So a few hellos. Peter, Ben, welcome both. Chris, we'll be seeing Chris very soon.
He's gone off out in the garden.
Good idea. It's cooler out there. Off you go then. He's just staring in the garden. Welcome, Chris. Yeah, we'll see Chris.
Yes.
In a week's time, we will be probably sat with Chris in a field.
Can't wait. Blooming well, can't wait. I'm going to have a good old boogie.
Clive, welcome, mate. Kaz24. No, but that's what we're talking about. Rewind is next week, unless we've hideously made a mistake and we're supposed to be there.
Oh, I really hope not. Well, obviously, Chris isn't there either, unless he's in a field texting us.
Yeah. Isabel, evening or lovely day. Went to my first boot sale in 2 years. We did briefly consider going boot sailing this weekend, but we resisted. Yeah. We did go outsourcing last week, as you may be aware.
It's too hot to go boot sailing this weekend.
Very strange emptiness about it. Only a third of traders there was eerie. Oh, that's maybe too hot.
Yeah, I think it's just too hot, isn't it?
Alan went for the indoor option of an antiques fair. Oh, wow.
Good plan, as long as there's air conditioning.
Lots of jewellery and no sunburn. Good option. Pete went car booting.
Jeff.
He wants to come up.
Come
on. Was very poor, only 7 rows. That's not bad, Pete, to be fair.
You can do it.
Was told that the boot last week was busiest yet. So one reason why not so many this week, maybe. Come on then.
You can't manage it. Oh, there you are.
Say hello. Hello. Oh, he's got been rummaging in the bushes again. You got stuff in your hair. Right, let's try and get to the end of. Everyone thinks we're supposed to be at Rewind, and that's
definitely not Rewind.
Next week.
It's next weekend.
Yeah, next week we will not. Well, no, we won't be back. Will we? Sunday?
No, we won't. We won't be back
because there is a show. There's a full lineup on the Sunday.
Yeah, we normally pack up, come home on the Monday morning.
Yeah.
Do you mind? Oh, it's because I've got the window open.
You can hear the cars and the dogs and the people. Right. Anyway. Hi Jay, this is going to be a relaxing watch after doing charity boxing last night and breaking my wrist.
Oh my goodness.
Ripping my tent. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Breaking your wrist boxing?
Oh, dear.
Wow. Yeah, I hope that heals up okay. That's got to be painful. I think they've gone, and tonight it's just going to be us chatting. We're here. Okay, so
Yeah.
lots of people coming in saying
So
hello.
Elaine was saying that because it was Rewind North last weekend, she thought it was Rewind South this weekend.
Oh, North
But
was
no,
last week.
They need a couple of weeks to move everything and set it all up again.
I guess so, yeah. Right, I'm just scrolling to the end. Lots of people saying hello. Oh, there's Alan. Look, hello, Alan.
Hello.
Oh, he's looking at me. Oh, that freaks me out. Oh, there's Tickles. Right.
No, you can't go down there.
Hello, Santa and Kevin and Lainey and Daisy and Porky's. I'm whizzing past everybody to try and get to the end. Then we're going to talk about what's going on. Stall's in. By that, they don't mean it was taken from a hotel. It was bought at a sale and formerly used in a hotel. Yes, we didn't steal it.
Yes,
Someone else may have done.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I would assume, though, in all seriousness, that they would have sold them at the hotel.
Probably, and there are lots of other ones on eBay as well. So
yeah, they probably got a shop and they sell, the range they use in the hotel
yeah, probably.
and then people buy them as souvenirs, or just put them in their handbag and nick them.
It's Friar's Pottery. So.
Right, I can't get to the end of this chat. Catherine, yes, thank you so much for that. Thanks, Nick, for the Klansman game and book. I'm really happy with them both. Good. Just have to decide which daughter to give the game to. Right, go in the garden and shout at the neighbours. Yeah, you may have seen I shared it on Instagram that the Klansman game we picked up last week when we were sourcing, Catherine got in touch, really wanted it for, in her words, her geeky daughters, not my words. And we did a deal on the game. So I'm really glad you are happy with it. Really poor turnout today. Okay, so I assume Chelsea went to the one we go to over in Hatfield. Yes, definitely buzzing for next weekend. Just got to stack up with. Oh, I didn't order any of those little. We got some little containers.
We've got 2 pouches.
I might still order some up tonight. They'll get here before next Friday, won't they?
Maybe. Oh, we've got a super chat.
Forgot about doing that. Just got to stack up with some alcohol. Might even buy some food. Just bring the alcohol, Chris. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we can never be bothered to take the food. We just eat when we're in there.
Yeah, we're lazy. We buy we treat ourselves and buy takeout food from the stalls. It's kind of our holiday this year because we didn't get a proper holiday this year because of selling the house and the move. We didn't know where we'd be. Jeffrey,
he's on one.
We're going to have an accompaniment of a Jeff. How much did the tent go for? Well, I'll share that in the video tomorrow, but it went on offer. I didn't get the full 200, but we had the first serious offer in that we'd had, and I wanted to move it. So I'll let you know in the video tomorrow. A decent price, but we didn't hold out for the 200. We need it gone. Someone else saying the boots were disappointing. Natalie there.
Yeah, I imagine it really was too hot for people. You don't want to stand out in that, and people just want to stay at home and be cool.
Dodgy dealers with questionable designer gear.
Oh.
Goldfinch got our first Olympus Mewtwo. Wow. Who's the Who?
Not the World Health Organization.
Yes, this is my World Health Organization t-shirt. I'm a big fan. I love their work.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, I'm going to shut this door. You can get in the back door. We're not shutting him out in the garden, really.
No, there is the doors open in the.
He'll come round. He'll come in the other back door and come round and start barking at us again. Don't worry.
Will.
Right.
Can we put that fan on then in a minute?
Yeah, I can put it on now, maybe.
Because it was nice when there was a breeze coming. Well, a breeze of some kind coming through. But Oh, that's better.
Hello from USA, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
I
Hello.
think that's a state we haven't ever visited.
No.
We've not done Colorado. We would love to. Right, are we there? Ah, here we go. Gadget Man. Wow, thank you for the super chats. Do you want to read that one out for us?
Yeah, he says, have you seen the small business badge on Amazon? It identifies products from UK-based small businesses to help customers who want to support them. We don't really shop on Amazon anymore, and we don't sell on Amazon anymore. So
we haven't seen. That's a good idea, though.
It is a good idea, but it'd be nice if they actually supported small businesses a bit better.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other subject. It's something, right? And also, it might help you distinguish between buying imported from China stuff.
This is something that we actually suggested to eBay when we went to that eBay day.
Yeah. Something similar.
Yeah, something really similar to that was suggested so that people could tell the difference between like a small business and like a big company.
Yeah.
They've never implemented it, but now, as they like to copy Amazon, they might actually. I think it's a good idea.
Hi, Belinda. Thought I would join the chat as I've been watching your channel for some time now and loving it. Thank you for the comment. I'm trying to get to the end. Now, we've got a little bit more than 20 on it, thank goodness. Okay, and we at the end yet? No. Look, first time watching you guys.
Oh, hello, Mark.
Not been on eBay for ages, and the payment system has changed. Yes, it has. It's all in-house now.
Not terrible though. It's fine, to be honest.
We don't have any problem. People didn't like it when it changed. People don't like change, but for us, we've not had any major issues.
No, I don't
There's a
mind
slight glitch at the beginning for us, but they sorted that out, and it gives the customer more options, which is only a good thing. So
yeah, I think so.
Right. Oh, Cliff's in.
Hello, Cliff.
Hello, you wonderful people, and Nick. We're friends, honest. Right, there we go. I'm at the end. Sorry if I've missed your comments, but we need to actually talk about what we were going to talk about. You may be aware we're trying to sell our house. Well, we have sold our house. We have a buyer, and we are in a chain.
And it's a very small chain. It's only a chain of 4 people.
4. We are now in a very awkward position where it could all fall apart because our buyer has a mortgage offer, which is a limited time. That's how banks do it because rates change, etc. So he had up until the end of September, which seems miles away.
Yeah, being as we sold in April.
Sold in April. But he has an offer at certain rates that expires. He cannot get another offer for the same rates, and he reckons he can't afford higher rates, and rates have gone up.
The bank has said no.
So that's one pressure coming from behind us in the chain, our buyer. Then at the top of the chain, we have now found out, and the people that are buying this house have also now found out, there is a sitting tenant who says they can't move until the end of September. Or they don't want to move. We're not sure whether they are contracted, whether they have any rights.
Something that came up in all of this was that they're waiting for a new build, and the new build has been delayed. So originally they were supposed to move out the beginning of September, and now it's the end of September, which is not doable. It's not tenable. Yeah.
So the people we're buying from weren't given the whole story, shall we say? And they're pretty peeved about the whole situation. Because we thought, as Andrea was saying, that it was because their new build was delayed. That may be part of it as well.
Yeah, I think it is.
But we were never told there was a sitting tenant.
No.
Neither was the people that are buying that house, which is really out of order to not have the whole story. Anyway, so it's all in the balance now. We have now put pressure on both ends of the chain to sort this out. Otherwise, it's all falling apart.
Yeah, so we could lose our gorgeous house that we're... that I've been living in emotionally and mentally for the last 3 months.
In Andrea's head, we are living in this house.
Yeah.
But there are things that could change. There's a little bit of wiggle room. I think we can make it happen. But to say it's now stressful, is an understatement. So that's what's been going on. We've had this all week. Phone calls with solicitors, phone calls with people, emails, and just endless house crap.
Flipping Maggie just said, move out, put your stuff into storage, but that's not doable for many reasons. We couldn't keep the business going, and we don't know how long it's going to be.
I don't want to be the one who is
and what happens
put out to make it work.
What happens if we move out of our house, our buyer moves in, lovely jubbly? What happens if then it falls apart further down the line? We're homeless, so there's that. And then also we've got to pay to rent somewhere. We've got to pay to put all our stuff in storage. This is money that we don't really have because all the money is going on the house.
It is
so
an option, but it's an option we don't want to take. So we are putting pressure on them to get another mortgage, our buyers, or for them to sort out this tenant and make them get out in time.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I just feel like the top of the chain are being quite unreasonable about it because they're the ones that have moved the goalpost, and now everybody else is suffering because of
it. We could have moved into the tent. We have our own tent, like a bigger one, but we don't really want to move into that either. Here's the thing. I like to think that we will find a solution to this. We have people working on it. Solicitors and agents are all trying to find a compromise somewhere.
The estate agent for the house that we're buying has been so helpful. She's been brilliant. Unfortunately, she went on holiday on Friday. Couldn't make it up. But she has been brilliant, and her last thing she said on Friday just before she went on holiday was, don't worry about it. It will work itself out. We will find a solution. Don't worry. And she was saying that we could potentially work it out so that we literally all complete on the 30th. Everybody moves out on the 30th. So that's a potential.
Exchange and complete on the same day.
Yeah.
Which is unusual, but possible. Here's the other thing that we could say to our buyer, I'm sorry, we need this to happen. The house is going back on the market. It took one viewing day and one afternoon to get this sold.
Yeah.
So we could get a new buyer. But then, of course, we've got to start that solicitor's process again and hope the rest of the chain stays put whilst we get a new buyer. But that's, I think, option 2 if this...
Yeah. Anyway. What I said was that, our buyer is going to have to, if he pulls out because he doesn't want to renegotiate his mortgage, he's still going to have to negotiate a new mortgage on the higher rates.
Yep.
So whatever happens, he's going to end up having to pay higher rates.
Yep.
So it makes more sense for him to just get a new mortgage for this place that he's already bought, save the money on not having to go through the process all over again. Yeah,
he's had a survey done on this. He spent X amount with solicitors getting to this point.
But I think that what's happening right now is you've got a stalemate. People are going, I'm not doing anything. So you're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
And I was, because of how I am, I was all for, well, maybe we can find a solution. Maybe we can move in with your mum for 2 weeks or something. And not, I don't think that would happen because the other day your mum went, where would you go though? You don't have anywhere to go. So I don't think she would want us to stay for 2 weeks.
No.
But just that was me. I was immediately saying all of that, and then Nick was like, nope, we're not doing it. We're not going to be the fall guy for everybody else. The problems are at either end.
There's easier solutions from the others.
Somebody at one end has got to sort it out.
Anyway, thank you, Belinda. Yeah, it has been, but we have to remind ourselves that we're in a very good position. We don't have to move. We don't have any other pressure.
Turn that again, because I just.
We don't have any pressure of like we've got a job that's starting, or we have to be out of here by a certain deadline. The only pressure is that, particularly Andrea is totally in love with this house. I would happily walk away and find another one. If this falls apart, that doesn't worry me, but it does worry you. Right?
Well, it does. Yeah, I mean,
so
I've set my heart on it.
We have to realise
I'm not gonna lie.
It's not the end of the world if it all falls apart. We actually looked online, as you do when you have these, what if it all falls apart? And there are other options. There are other lovely houses out there that we could buy. So it wouldn't be the end of the world, but we are all geared up, ready to go. So, yeah. What have we got here? Kimmy Kitty, we were in an exchange and complete on the day situation. Can't recall why. Stressful, but with decent solicitors, it all rolls along and works out. That may be what it comes to.
Yeah.
Because the fact that the guy says he wants to move out on the day the mortgage offer expires. Who makes this stuff up?
It's ridiculous. It's like, literally you couldn't make it up.
But that is the likely solution, right? Everyone pulls together and makes it work like clockwork on that last day. We've just got to hope everybody is able to move on that day. And somebody isn't on holiday or whatever.
Kathy says, threaten the solicitor with pulling out. It's amazing how quickly they can find solutions if they think they're about to lose May.
We've kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
We had a phone call with one of the agents and basically said, we need you to put pressure on people to make this work because this will fall apart. She was kind of angling for us to go out of our way to, split the chain and all this.
That was
the agent.
That was our estate agent.
That's what I said.
But I have emailed our solicitor and told her the situation.
Somebody was asking where we're moving to, and someone else saying there, we are in Hitchin now. The plan is the house we are trying very hard to buy is in Norfolk. Yeah, and if this one falls through, that will probably be where we'll go. We've been looking in Norfolk, Suffolk.
Yeah,
for quite a
it
while.
would be Norfolk or Suffolk.
Yeah. So it's been one of those weeks. We've also, with the app is becoming incredibly frustrating. I just want to touch on that a little bit. I've had a lot of messages about when's it coming? I am as eager for this to be out as you are. Believe me, probably more so.
No, 30th of September, Elaine.
Yeah. September. You may be asking why? How can you have so many delays on something you thought would be out the end of last year? The simple fact with it is there's only really 2 of us working on this. There's a few people that help out, but it's only really 2 of us building what is a fairly complicated app. And we've been learning as we go and probably done things in a very long-winded way. And we've made a lot of mistakes and had a lot of problems. So in a nutshell, that's why. I'm having a meeting again straight after this to go over some of the fixes that were done and go over more problems that I've got written down. So that's where we're at. But yeah, everything is kind of stressy at the moment. But that's life. You have to remind yourself that in the main, we have it very good.
Oh, of course we do. Of course we do, yeah.
These are first world problems, right?
I'm generally, in the main, very grateful for our life. It's just, and like I said earlier, because the last couple of days I felt really quite stressed about it. And I still feel a bit stressed about it, to be honest. Every time it passes through my mind, I'm like, oh. But I think that I feel more positive looking at the situation now, taking a step back from it, looking at the situation and thinking that there could be solutions here. One that the agent was talking about. And then I think if we push hard enough at either end, somebody's going to go, I don't want this to fall apart, or I don't want to lose the house, and somebody will do something.
Whoever commented before, I think was very wise. If the solicitors themselves will be like, we don't want this to fall apart. Yeah. Mind you, they're going to get paid anyway. It's the agents who want the sale, particularly who want the sale. So if we, the estate agents, we need them to put all of the pressure on the solicitors and the vendors because they don't want to lose this sale. They put all the work in. They want this sale to go through and get their cut. They don't want this to go back on the market and try and sell it again and do all the work again for the same amount of money. It's actually the agents that stand to lose the most, really. Yeah,
that's true. I'm just going to read that comment from Lindsay. It says, don't normally comment, but feel your pain. We've been helping my 92-year-old granddad trying to sell his, and he sold his in March and moved in yesterday. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're happy to wait. The waiting isn't the big issue. as long as it, you know, it doesn't matter as long as it takes, but it's what's happened now that is just so ridiculous.
Oh, Kath there
that's
saying what
right.
I was just saying was that, yeah, I think that's wise. And yeah, people with fees to lose, you know, they don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's where we were. Everything will be okay. The universe has got a plan and things happen for a reason.
It is true. I know that. I do know that.
It'll either happen or it won't. And if you kind of settle the fact that what happens if it doesn't work out, we find another house that we fall in love with and it's fine.
Yeah, I know.
It's really not the end of the world. But when you're in it trying to solve it and you're relying on other people, that's the frustration. It's the relying on other people who you feel aren't really doing what they could to make this happen. That's the frustration.
Yeah,
really.
I'm very much a person that needs a solution, and I need to find a solution quickly. You know, I can't. I don't like leaving things unresolved, and I hate it when things are unresolved.
Andrea's smile made my Sunday.
Oh,
there you go.
Thank you, Jay.
Can't he just complete on your house, but you stay in it for a few weeks? I don't think so.
I think you're allowed to,
because the money chain has to happen at the same time,
and you fall into sitting tenant kind of territory.
Yeah, there's legal reasons why, and I think also practical reasons for the money chain has to go all at the same, like dominoes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we can break the chain, which has been suggested that we do that. So we move out and complete just the two of us, and then we wait for the next.
Yeah, but that relies on a whole load of things that are out of our control, and we're in limbo. And I'm not going there. I'm not.
No, you've been absolutely adamant in that one.
No, it's not. Hi, Lisa. Hope you're well. You're very brave saying if it falls through, it's not the end of the world in front of Andrea. Good self-control there, Andrea.
Well, not necessarily. I mean,
it's not though, is it?
I am of the mind, and I do, you know, what Ben's just said. I do live my life believing totally in, if it's not meant for you, it won't happen. If it is meant for you, it will happen. Sometimes we get upset by things that we think we want or we think should be happening, and then they don't, and then something so much better comes along, and then you realize that's why that happened. And it's very difficult when you're in the situation to see that. So I totally live my life that way. But
I firmly believe if this falls through, we'll find a better house, we'll move in it, and we couldn't ever imagine being anywhere else. That's how it will be. I think I've purposefully not said this is the one, it has to be this one, because it's a dangerous thing to do. As you're finding, you're now worried sick that you'll lose it.
Well, because I honestly have not, and I have browsed just for fun, and I honestly have not found another house that I've liked as much.
Yeah, but that's only looking on one day. It might not be there today.
No, it wasn't,
but,
one day.
Alan says there, we bought our house with tenants included, had to keep renting to them for 6 months before we could terminate the contract to move in. Barry there, these things happen. If you don't get the house, I'm sure you'll find a lovely home. I'm sure we will. We're still hoping we can make this work, and I think there are ways around it. We just need people to pull their finger out. We completed on the sale of my late dad's house on Friday before August bank holiday, Monday. Nightmare. Everyone completing that day to move before new school year. So stressful. Wow. Yeah. If it's meant to be, it will work out. If not, it wasn't meant, and there will be better along the road. That's life, isn't it? And that, and if you take it that in that philosophical way, everything happens for a reason. That's how it will be, because that house will become a memory, and we'll move in somewhere, and it will be what it will be, and we'll love it. And
Although I have made a list that I showed Nick and said, if we move into a different house,
Oh yeah,
these are the things we're doing to it.
there's things this house has that now you're adamant we're not buying anyone at the house that doesn't have a larder like this.
I want an ensuite. I've always wanted an ensuite.
And it's got an amazing ensuite for the master bedroom. This one that you're like, no, that's it.
We're having an ensuite.
I'm not sure we'll ever match that ensuite though.
No, exactly.
It's so cool. It's hard to describe, but it's very quirky and cool.
That's it. That is it. It's a one of a kind house. So I will always be gutted, and it's easy to say it will be a memory, but it will always be a memory I'll look back on and think, oh, what if we did live in that house?
That's, and that's sometimes how life is. Has Norfolk got more car boots? It's got lots. Don't know if it's got more than Hertfordshire. Probably has. Hertfordshire is quite small, relatively.
Yeah, we're moving for the lifestyle more than anything else.
Yeah, and we're moving to set up a holiday let business. Yeah. And the place we're want to move to has a lovely little place set for conversion, which is our big plan.
And that's the other thing. If we have to find another house, we've got to find somewhere that has something that we can either convert or they've already got something in situ.
They're not that common. Ones with annexes that are either done or right for conversion. And you can split access to them, so you don't have to come through the house and it's not awkward. You know, this one is just about right for that. Another reason why we went for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else were we going to talk about? I don't know. That's our woes in a nutshell.
Once Love Treasure says, we were delayed for 6 months when moving into a new build. Over the fence from our new place, had to move into Oh, that's what I meant. Had to move into temporary accommodation for the duration. Yeah, I mean, it's just awful. But that's what I think that should be happening at the top of the chain. I think they're being unreasonable because they're holding up the rest of the chain. They should be moving out. And, you know, the fact that they're waiting for a new build is neither here nor there, you know.
Well, hopefully.
They've got a chain of people waiting to move.
What I think is possibly likely to happen is the owner of that one, the person that owns, not the tenant, will say, I don't want to lose this sale.
Yeah.
Out you go, please.
Yeah.
You know, live with parents for a while, live with whatever. I mean, find somewhere for a couple of weeks, a month, whatever. Because the owner of that won't want to lose it. So the tenant's not going to lose anything here.
No, and what we've heard is that it's a family friend as well.
Tricky then.
So it is tricky, but also at the same time, they probably don't have the same sort of tenant's rights as such as somebody with a contract.
AA is stressed listening and reading some of the chats regarding house buying. We are just starting the process. Can't wait to move out of London. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sorry. Probably your process will probably be lovely and smooth.
Honestly,
I hope so for you.
It can go smoothly. We have had pretty bad experiences every time we bought and sold. We've only done it 3 times. We bought our first flat here in Hitchin, sold that, bought this place, and now this. And this one's becoming a bit of a debacle, but I think it will still sort itself out. Yeah, don't let it put you off, because once you're in, it all starts to fade away and you forget. I forgot how bad we had it buying this place. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I
was chasing around the solicitors, like going in one, taking paperwork, because I didn't want to wait a week for them to faff about and post it. Yeah. I was toing and froing with documents to make the thing speed up.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
But I mean, at the moment, the delays are so much longer, aren't they? Like my dad's girlfriend's son, that's quite convoluted, but he and his wife have just sold their house. Well, they sold it over 3 months ago, around the same time we sold ours. And they're moving quite a long way away. So they've given up their jobs and they've got new jobs in the place they're now hoping to live. So they're commuting from Milton Keynes to Stratford-on-Avon every day.
That's not
because that's the only thing they can do, because they've both got new jobs now. It's just a ridiculous situation.
Cliff says, my mum's move was an exchange and move on the same day. It's quite normal. Yeah, well, hopefully we can tie it all in and tie everyone down to that day. that then hinges on everyone being available and ready to move on that day. But that's doable. See, that there are options, there are things, but it's like, come on, somebody, sort this out. Why is it down to what? Because people were saying, well, can you just move out and live somewhere? No. Why are we the ones in the middle sorting?
I know, and I'm always the one that's like, oh yes, I will do it. And Nick's like, no.
Hi, Pete. Evening, morning, everyone. Working and listening. Excellent. Yeah, I did a little bit earlier. You may have seen on Instagram, I've been sorting out all these phones that came off the shelves and they're not going back on. This is a cool one.
Yeah,
That,
I like that one. That's really nice.
we took them all to my parents because our phone line here, we don't use our home phone line, as many people don't. And it stopped working. But we
It
were
stopped
like,
working during the pandemic.
we were like, fine, we don't get any cold calls anymore. So we didn't get it fixed.
But we haven't missed it.
So I couldn't test these here. So we went to see my parents, have an evening with them and, chat. And I said, can I bring a box full of phones to test? So I sat there chatting with my parents and tested them all one by one. Unfortunately, the nicest one, which was this, has issues. It wasn't ringing, was it?
No, it can ring out and
it's functioning.
Because Ellen was ringing that one, wasn't she? So you answered it and you spoke to her. So it works that way. It just doesn't ring.
The ringer didn't ring when it was supposed to be ringing.
Ding, ding.
So this one will have to be sold with issues, but it will still go. It's probably a very simple fix, but I'm not going to open it up and try and fix.
Yeah. Jane has just said, I told them I will pull out if they don't sort it. And amazingly, all sorted in a week.
Exactly. And if it comes to it, that's what we'll say. If somebody doesn't sort this, we're off. And I think it'll get done.
Christopher says, we sold our house in December and moved in with my mum and dad for a few weeks. We are still there after 5 houses have fallen through for various.
And
this is the worry.
That's
isn't
the
it?
danger
This
of
is
saying,
the worry.
we'll just break the chain and move out for a week or two.
Yeah, then what do we do with all of this? We can't run a business.
It's not practical.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm sorry, Christopher, to hear
the awful situation.
Stress you must have gone through with that. Oh, you're still there. You're still going.
Still there.
Oh,
I know.
man.
I know.
Whatever you do, don't watch the American house sale shows where they exchange and move within a week. Sounds idyllic.
It does, doesn't it?
You have plenty of room for new stock if it doesn't work out. Exactly, yeah. We can get stock easily. That's the easy part. Selling it is a bit more complicated. Furthest you'll drive for a boot sale? Well, there's one, that Redbourne one's about sort of 40 minutes for us.
Yeah.
That's about as far as we've gone from here.
Yeah. For a jumble trail, probably the furthest would go is an hour.
Yeah, we've driven an hour for a big jumble trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bumderben, is that? It does seem we are in an age where people don't like taking responsibility when things go wrong. Hope you get it sorted. Yeah, it feels a little bit like that. There are solutions to this. Perhaps there's awkward conversations that need to be had at the top of the chain, and they're like, "Oh no, we've got to make you get out."
Yeah.
You go and talk to him. No, you go and talk to him. Oh.
Leanne said it's really stressful for the agents too. My daughter is a sales progression manager with her own team of 6 for a chain of 12 offices and works long hours after work at home to hold deals together. Yeah, well, I think I understand that.
That's the role of one of the ladies we've been speaking to, and she's the only one, it feels, at the moment who's really starting to pull out all the stops, and she's speaking to solicitors and emailing vendors and emailing other agents and phoning people left, right and centre and keeping us updated. It feels like we need someone from our team doing that more proactively.
Yeah, I don't seem to. In
That-
fact, the two agents fell out.
Oh, they had a row on the phone about this.
And then told us all about it. We're like, this isn't us.
We're like, oh, okay.
We don't need to know any of this, really.
It's like, I phoned your agent. Oh, and I was spoken to like I was a naughty schoolgirl. Whatever. We're like, we don't need to hear this bit. Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, the chain. What a tune.
Yeah.
Keep
brilliant.
us together.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry says, well said, Nick. I don't know what I said, but thank you.
Lisa said, you're right. You will get the house you are meant to have. Just trust the universe. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Daisy.
Yes, Angela. Well, see, we are not being given that information, and the people we're buying from, who are buying from the house with this tenant in, they weren't informed of their situation.
No.
As in, are they contracted? Have they been given their notice? Any of these things? It's outrageous in my mind that they weren't told that on the house they were buying.
Yeah, and the estate agent's still trying to figure out what the situation actually is, because what they've heard is it's a family friend living there. So they may, they may not even have a contract or anything. It may just be a friendly agreement.
Yeah.
Because also the way that how I've seen it is that if it wasn't a family friend and it was actually a tenant with a contract, they would have been told their date to leave would have been the beginning of September, which was always what apparently the person we're buying from was told. It was the beginning of September.
We don't know. We don't have the facts.
So you would think that would be in place all along, because they knew that they were selling, and they wouldn't have left it this long, I don't think. So that's why it makes me think that there isn't a contract in place. It's just a word of mouth agreement, a friendly agreement.
Maybe. Secret cupboard. The first mug you bought, you fell in love with. Now look in your cupboard. There's loads of mugs you love. So there's going to be loads of houses you'll fall in love with. Trust me. Lisa, Andrea, I can see the stress and worry on your face. I'm sending you the biggest hug.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Jennifer. Got everything crossed. Yeah. Well, it will work out or it won't. And we will do what we can to oil the gears and put some pressure on and make it happen. If it's not meant to be, it won't be, and we will find something else amazing. That's how it is. Will all them shelving units behind you go to the new house? We want to see more 300-pound chickens as well. We are taking these with us. The vague plan, if we get this house, obviously, is that we will put these in the outbuildings, and then when it's got 4 double bedrooms, this house that we're trying to buy. We're going to use one for stock storage. So we're going to see how many of these we can fit in there comfortably. We're going to work with a lesser backlog in the new house. Another big reason for getting rid of it all. But we're going to take them all with us. But our friend Ian has said that he will probably have whatever we get rid of if we decide to get rid of some. And I think we will. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these now. Used to have more when we had off-site storage. I would imagine we'd probably only keep maybe 6 or something. Depends how many fit nicely in one of those rooms.
Yeah, we'll have to work it out when we get there. But in terms of what our backdrop will be, I'm not sure where we'd do. Well, if we live in this house, which everything crossed we are going to, I don't quite know where we would sit and do our videos, because we're planning to have a stock room, and then have a room which is like a spare room, but have an office kind of space in there as well. Well, office stroke music room for Nick, because he wanted a music room.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to pan out. It'd probably be from there, or maybe downstairs in the in that kitchen bit.
Yeah.
Which is where I think we'll end up working a lot of the time, possibly.
I see myself working in that kitchen. I see myself living in that kitchen.
Ooh.
That's what would upset me the most if we don't get the house.
This is
It's
the
got a larder. It's got a massive utility room. It's got a butler's sink. It is the most amazing space.
It's also got a couple of beams that are about there on me.
Yeah.
So that kitchen's hazardous for 6 foot tall people, I tell you. Somebody suggested, who we were talking to, who knows about the house, cutting like a head-shaped notch in some of the low beams. So I just walked through like that.
You'd miss them every time, though, wouldn't you? You'd catch the corner.
Walk around like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's Alan saying? Health and happiness are the important things. A house may contribute to that, but it isn't the be-all and end-all. That is very true.
And you have to keep reminding yourself of things like that. It's very hard when you're in it, right? When you're in it, and particularly for you, you've moved in and you've put all your stuff in it and you've decided how you're going to be living, and it's all like a dream. Very hard to unpack that in your mind.
It is. It's really hard.
But you are right. I mean, actually, the other thing I was going to touch on today, I've got this weird thing going on. I woke up 2 days ago and my left foot is in pain. The underside of my foot, like the heel and that sort of arch bit, I think it's tendons, are in a heck of a lot of pain, and walking on it hurts. I'm like, what? How do you wake up with that happening?
I think you might have strained a tendon the day before, but it's just seized up overnight.
I don't know.
I think so.
But I've been getting cramps, so I don't know if that's related. I've been getting cramps in my calves and my feet. So yeah, that's ongoing. I'm going to make an appointment with the doctor just in case there's something untoward going on there. I didn't go out walking Jeff today because it hurt too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, health is important. And when your health starts to go, you realise, right? And I'm not saying I'm in any way bad shape, but yeah, little niggles like that really make you realise. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Alan. Health and happiness are the important things. And here's the thing, we don't, and I've said it before, we don't have to move. We want to move. So it's not pressing, it's not a need. It's just something that we want to do to change our life up.
Up to this point, we've just been coasting along. We haven't worried really that it's been months since we agreed on a sale. We've been happy to just wait until it was ready. It's just this has suddenly been thrown up, and now it could just all fall apart. So that's what makes it stressful. Yeah.
We are quite a way away in Wiltshire, but you would always be welcome to our spare room for as long as you would want it.
Oh, thank you.
That's a lovely thought. Thanks. Dorset Dolly, hello. When a house purchase falls through, you think you'll never find anything as good, but you will, and it's surprising how quickly you forget about it. That's kind of my take on it. Yeah. And interestingly, a house that we were going to purchase actually made a serious offer on. And then when this sold for way more than we imagined, we realized we could buy something kind of a level up. So we moved on from that one. That one's come back on the market.
Just want to interject to say that the offer wasn't accepted because we hadn't sold at that point.
No. But we would have bought it.
We didn't have an offer ongoing on that. It was...
So that's interesting.
But yeah, we would have gone back to it.
That's now back on the market, and it has the most amazing annex, which was a potter's studio.
But you see
the location's not
the
right.
location wasn't right. And,
so it's
yeah, and the house.
And we would have had to do loads of work on the house.
We'd have to do a lot.
But I think we might have enjoyed that. We'd have had a lot of. It was a lot cheaper, so we would have had a load of money to throw at the house.
Well, that may still happen. Well, if they would have us, they might not.
Who knows? Oh, they would.
Because they were kind of excited. It was an older couple, and they were kind of excited that we'd made that offer because we actually made an asking price offer. And they said, once you've sold the house, come back to us. We're really excited about the prospect of selling. But then, because what happened after that, we then decided to go for a house which had all the amenities within walking distance.
And if they'd have just said, yeah, we'll accept and wait a couple of weeks until you sold it, because we were telling them this house will sell itself, will be sold in a couple of weeks, and they wouldn't take it off the market and accept our offer.
But I
If
don't
they
think it was
had,
the
we'd have bought
couple. I
that.
think it was the estate
It was
agent.
the agent, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. What was Veranda Files?
where? This one?
Says, I missed out on a cool house when I moved into this area in 2007. Still thinking about it, although I love my current house that I bought after the deal fell through. Exactly. I think we'd always be, well, I definitely would always be thinking about it. In fact, there is a house that we looked at before this one that I really loved. And for some reason, I don't know why we didn't go for it. It was maybe price. I can't remember.
Is this the one I don't remember?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a 1930s house. It had, it was gorgeous.
Well, I still remember the one, the detached one up on the Stevenage Road.
Yeah, see, I didn't like that one.
I don't know why we didn't buy that. It was, we could have thought this is a semi. We could have bought that as a detached, and it had like a built-in garage, and
which we'd have probably
converted that, or had a tap room like this in it.
And I don't know why, but I just didn't have a good vibe from it when I walked in the house.
I loved that one.
Yeah.
It was at the end of a cul-de-sac, wasn't a through road.
So
this
you
is
see,
a busy
we still
through
think about houses, don't we? We
Yeah,
still think about
I know. You do what you do at the time, and live with it, don't you? We've ended up talking about the house thing the whole hour.
I know, but it's interesting listening to other people's experiences.
Very true. I put an offer in on a house and was turned down very rudely. A few weeks later, got back accepting offer. Turned down. Should have agreed to offer in the first place. Ah, interesting.
Oh, look, now I'm living in house eventually got 25 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So what was, there was this just above.
Oh, wait. I'm going up.
I wondered what the question was.
Has someone been remiss further up the chain not discovering the sit and tenant sooner? Well, it seems like it should have been above board, and I don't know whether the owner, when they were selling it to the people we're buying from, should have put that all up front.
Certain things have not been put up front, have they? I don't know whether they knew about the tenant, or
I don't think the people we're buying from knew anything about it, or they were told
they were certainly told
pack of lies
that the house would be available at the beginning of September.
Kevin, I don't think I've seen an email. We struggle to keep up with email, so I will try and have a look. I'm reminded of the words my mate said to his buyer when they started messing about. Do you want it or not?
Well,
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
If you want it, make it happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, he's saying, oh, no, I can't renegotiate my mortgage because the rates will be higher. Well, you're going to have to do
That's
that
not our
anyway.
problem.
You're going to have to do that anyway if you pull out, because you're going to you're going to buy another house. So you just,
Glad I got the rewind date wrong. I'm also a regular watcher but rare commenter. Thank you, Kaz. Yeah. And things are taking longer right now. Yeah, we're aware of that. But
we were quite happy for that to happen, but not in this. Knowing that things take so long, it seems so strange to me that his mortgage offer would expire so quickly.
Yeah, but from April to September is still a big chunk of time. May, June, July, August, September. 5 months.
Yeah.
That's probably quite a standard thing.
I don't know. I mean,
and they have to be like,
say, in 6 months.
They have to be like that because the market can change so rapidly in that time. I believe tying people down is illegal. Was I tying people down? Did I say that? I don't know. Trying to get anything done or simply these days is rare. Yeah.
Seems so, doesn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, it's complicated, but yeah, hopefully it will work out.
Yeah, that was a comment that I was gonna.
Go on, yeah, look. I'm going to get a quick drink. I'll leave you
Okay,
there
would
for a
you
second.
get me a top up as well?
Of what?
Of what? Same thing you're having, I think. Oh no, you're having orange juice. I'll have some Coke. Yeah, so Ian says, of course, there's a sitting tenant who would have to fork out for rent in order to satisfy the chain. But why would they unless your buyer offered them a sum to enable it? I'm not quite sure I know what you mean there. But they're paying rent already, so they would just have to find somewhere in the interim, wouldn't they? Yeah. Kaz says, grew up in the 80s, so rewind would be my thing. Yeah. It is fantastic. Right. Yeah. My happy place. Rewind is my happy place. I love it so much. Elaine says, when you move in, Elaine's being positive here. When you move in, please give us a tour so that we can see how your dream came true.
Oh, we will.
We will for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have big plans to document converting the annex into an Airbnb and developing that and putting that up on Airbnb and making videos about the area and all of that. So that's all going to come on a separate channel, but there'll be a house tour on here on this channel for people who are just interested in where we've moved to, and then we're going to document all about the house and its history and the development for our sake as much as anything. I mean, it should be really fascinating to watch, and then we can look back on it as well, and it will also act as a promotion for the Airbnb. So excited about all of that, and all of that will happen wherever we end up. You know, we'll take you all on that journey of complete novices developing an Airbnb. We don't know what we're doing, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah. So for sure, we will share it all with you.
Thank you, Mai. So what does Jane say there? They know you're lovely and reasonable, so saying you'll quit the chain will get them going. I moved on the same day in a chain of 3. I have great hope for you. Yeah, and sometimes people play on that, don't they? When they know that you're lovely and reasonable.
How do they know we're lovely and reasonable? Maybe we're not.
They don't, to be fair. Ben's asking, how do we find jumble trails? I Google them or I look on Facebook.
Yes, and hopefully once the app is launched and functioning, that will be a place you can go and find them, is the idea as well. Ron's in. Hi, Ron. Nick, red phone is not converted. It needs the capacitor conversion to hold 50-volt charge to enable ringer. Is that right? Okay.
Did your dad say something about a capacitor? And then I made a joke about did we need a flux capacitor? And it went right over his dad's head because he's never seen Back to the Future.
I was wearing a Back to the Future t-shirt as well, wasn't I?
You were.
Right. Well, that's beyond my remit. But I will sell it as is, as in the ringer isn't ringing.
Somebody else can deal with it.
Someone else can convert it.
Yeah.
It's a lovely thing though, right?
It's a lovely phone, and you know, a lot of people buy these more for decoration, don't they? Or
props.
Yeah, all for props.
Or somebody with knowledge, it's probably an easy fix, or just buy it.
Yeah.
Convert it for modern use and then sell it on for a profit. Mm-hmm. Happy with that. We've had it for ages. I don't even know where I got it. Hi, Isabel. Have you scoped your new area for sourcing of boot sales? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. We've been up there many times looking for houses anyway, and on a few trips you may have seen. So we know a lot of the area, and friends that I've got up that way have told us about boot sales. Funnily enough, someone who was at police training college with me in the year 2001 that I haven't spoken to since found me on YouTube, heard me talking about moving to the area, and got in touch. We had a right chat about the boots. He's now doing what we do. It's bizarre, because he was in the force for a lot longer than me, and was telling me all about all the boot sales in Suffolk and Norfolk. So yeah, awesome.
It'd be good for you to meet up with him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we weren't that close at the time.
No.
He wasn't one of the guys I was hanging about with. He was Suffolk Constabulary, and I was Hearts. But he was in my class, my law classes and stuff. Yeah. Blast from the past.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got on? How are we doing for time? Oh, we'll think about wrapping up soon. Let's get down to
What
the
did
end.
Cliff say?
Where? Up.
I was trying to read it, but then it skipped. Just get the agents doing what they're getting paid for. We push the agents with delays with my mum's. Yeah, it's going to come down to that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we certainly changed our perspective from sitting back and waiting for it to happen to, okay, we're going to start ringing people and pressuring, and because, yeah, it feels like that needs to be done. And if the other vendors aren't doing that, perhaps that's our role in this now, start cracking the whip.
Yeah, and I'm very sure the person we're buying from will be doing the same, because just from the impression that I got from her, she's very organised and deals with people a lot.
Yeah, well, we're in direct contact with the people we're buying from, so perhaps we'll email her again and say, we're putting pressure on, can you do everything you can, because I think it needs both of us to be proactive.
Yeah.
Raymond, thank you. Whoever mentioned the Jumble Trail this weekend in Norfolk, I went to Attleborough today for it. First time, had a great day. Good. I'm glad that was a success. Okay. Sorry if I've not read your comments. Chris just got accepted an offer on a skateboard and then got cancellation. Yeah. Right. We normally end these on some words of wisdom, as we refer to them, from you. So you can make it house themed this week, because that's all we've talked about for an hour.
Yeah. I'm just going to skip back through the chat because
there's a couple coming in. We like to try and spin it into a positive, right? It's fine. It will work itself out one way or the other. Yeah. So, you've gone back miles.
I know. Well, I saw a couple of comments.
Somebody talking about cramps there. Can I read that one about cramps?
Well, this is it. We've missed so much chat.
Jennifer, cramps can be caused from dehydration. Make sure you're drinking plenty of isotonic drinks. Are good, as they contain the salts that your body is losing through dehydration.
Oh, well, we've got some dehydration salts in the.
Have we? What, in tablet form?
Yeah, the ones that dissolve.
Maybe I'll do that. I've been
when I was, when I had COVID and I was being sick.
I've been waking up getting cramps in my legs and feet. Pain in your back. Were you talking about pain in your back?
No, I know what my pain in my back is, but
I've got pain in my feet, not my back.
Sophie says, "Don't give up on your dream home. You and Nick deserve it so much. You only live once." Well, yeah.
We'll do what we can to secure it. Again, as I keep saying, two options here: it'll happen or it won't.
Yeah, I saw a comment, and now I think we were just so behind. With comments about the tenant. Still said if they have a tenant with legal rights, they would have had to declare it in the searches. Yeah,
100%.
Jonathan says,
I'd be amazed if it hadn't come up, but it just seems odd that certain things are only coming to light now.
Yeah, we certainly didn't know about it. If there's no contract, they probably wouldn't qualify as a sitting tenant. Well, I think maybe that's just what we've been calling it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a tenant.
Yeah.
Somebody living there who needs to go away.
I don't know if there was any more.
And it may be, I was saying this last night, it may be that they're completely oblivious, that they have been ill-informed about the sale, that they've been kept in the dark. We don't know whether they're completely innocent in all of this. They might have a terrible situation and nowhere to go or whatever.
Oh, words of wisdom have already started here.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's make a positive out of this.
Where they started. Hello, Lavender Clothesline.
Well, let me scroll back and I'll
Yeah,
Find
I
the
think
beginning of the wows.
the wows.
Let's find the beginning of the wows. I think it was where you were, actually. If I miss yours, put it in again. Let's start there. Ian says, wherever I lay my tat, I'm at home. That's from the song.
Wherever I lay my hat, that's
yeah,
my home.
Paul Young, but it was a cover version. His, wasn't it?
From Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, was it? Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Ian. I don't know if that's a word of wisdom, but I like it. It will all work out in the end. These are just some minor hiccups. Stay positive. Thank you. Paul, hi Nick. Thank you for the cooking cards I got from you. We've been using them already. We made some cakes.
Oh,
that's amazing. I'm so glad you like them. Yeah, I had fun looking through those. Some interesting stuff in there from the 60s. Oh, I'm reading non-words of wisdom now. Sounds like the house you've chosen has fantastic character, but if it doesn't work out, which I'm sure it will, you'll be finding something similar. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think we know the kind of house we're looking for now, don't we? If this doesn't work out.
Yeah. I had big doubts about this house because we're taking on quite a lot. It's a listed building. It's a very, very old building.
Yeah.
And with that comes a certain amount of responsibility and work.
Cost.
And cost. It's a lifestyle choice, taking on a building that's in this case like 300 years old. But I kind of come around to that. Okay, yeah, we're going to do that and we're going to make the most of it. But we definitely want a period property. We'd never intended to buy one this old.
Yeah.
And listed.
I think that when we decided that was the house for us, we were looking at other houses and we just kept saying, you know, oh, don't want to live in a box. We just don't want to live in a box.
We've lived in a 1970s box for long enough.
Yeah.
A house.
Oh, hang on. You haven't read out.
Oh, did I not? Sorry.
No. A house only becomes a home when you are in it. And that is so true, because I went back to look at my childhood home when it came up for sale. We went round and had a look at it, didn't we? And it just wasn't, you know, it was weird. And it made me realise that it wasn't the house that had that feeling, you know, it was the people living in it. It was, yeah, it's the people that live in a house that make it home, isn't it?
And your memories and associations as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an odd experience going back to a house.
Yeah.
I have gone back to I grew up on a farm and I've been back there, not in the house, but to it. And it's always a really strange experience because I was only there till I was 5. So it's very vague memories, but really, it's like going into a dream, the times we've been back there.
Yeah.
Because I still dream there. Very odd. Okay, let's catch up. A house is made of wood and stone, but only love can make a home. That's nice. Not heard that before. That's a hamster nibbler. You own your possessions, not the other way around. Yeah, very poignant. There's no place like home. Dorothy, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, clicking the heels together.
I was going to buy a skateboard, but I cancelled. Shh. Chris isn't too happy about that. Don't get mad, get even. Oh, this is on fighting terms. Home is where the heart is. Yes. Nick, I am getting pain in the bottom and heels of my feet. I'm sure it's the heat. Is it the heat? I thought I bought some shoes, but I'm not sure they're really right for me. And I need to buy some better shoes as well.
I don't think they're giving you enough support.
No. So I'm also going to buy some more shoes. But if it's the heat, hopefully that means it will go away. Give us some more clues about your potential new house. I think we've told you more than enough.
Quite a lot of clues. Yeah.
Well, you're trying to track it down already.
Don't want to jinx it.
If life gives you lemons, throw them at the tenants that won't move.
Oh dear.
Yeah. accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. Ooh.
Wow.
If you want to fly, give up what weighs you down. Oh, that's a thinker.
Yeah.
I'm not much help. I love moving and the whole process. Are you mad?
Shelley's the same though. She said she absolutely loves it. She'd keep moving if it wasn't for Tom. She loves moving.
I'm not a big fan. It's the whole upheaval. We were ready for this one, but we've been here 16 years. That's about our pace.
Yeah. Everything counts. I just keep singing. Everything counts in large amounts.
Have I got the 12-inch to hand or not to hand? It's one of your favourite DM songs.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and People Are People.
Yeah, you like the cheesy mid-80s stuff.
I like Home. I like, my favourite album is Ultra.
Kimmy Kitty, if you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
Isn't that from the Charlie Chaplin song?
Smile.
Yeah. Is it? I think it is.
It could be.
Yeah.
Have you looked in Essex? Yes. We've looked at many, many houses over the last
and if
year.
you followed up the videos on my channel, we went all the way to Ramsgate and we went to, where else did we go? We went to Ramsgate, Felixstowe as well.
Yeah, which was
we've been
Suffolk.
A few places.
But we looked online at loads all around Essex coast. Found a few we were interested in, but nothing that gave us as much as we could get from. You get more for your money if you go up to Suffolk and then into Norfolk, and more the sort of houses we were after too. Right, where are we at with words of wisdom?
I liked Isabel's. Don't know if it was words of wisdom, which said,
This
"My
one.
friend and I are moving into a tree house. Hope we don't fall out." Just made me laugh.
Speak softly and carry a big stick. Roosevelt. Wow, not heard that quote before.
No, it kind of sums me up.
Sleepwalking on Lego. Now, I don't have any Lego in stock, so I don't know how I've managed to do it if I did. I don't think I've ever sleepwalked either.
No, you have.
Have I?
Yeah, you told me about it.
I told you about it?
Yeah, when you ended up in someone's wardrobe.
Oh, no, I was drunk, wasn't I?
I thought it was sleepwalking. Well, I've seen you sleepwalking, but you were also drunk. But you were sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking when you're drunk isn't sleepwalking. That's just being drunk.
You were doing weird things. You were like looking in your mum and dad's it was back in the day, a VHS player, and you were looking in the,
when we stayed in their front room.
I'm like, what are you doing? I can't even remember. You're a bit incoherent. I can't even remember what the sense was as to what you thought you were doing.
Just imagine the house party.
Wow. Yeah, I have been. Yeah.
Yes, home is where the heart is. Yes. Stay positive. If it's meant for you, it won't pass you by. Thank you. Bottle of Lucozade a day keeps the cramps away. Does it?
Yeah, very sugary though. Says me drinking Coke.
There's no sugar in that.
Yeah, that's true.
May your home know joy, every room hold laughter, every window open to great possibilities.
Oh, that's lovely, Phil. I like that.
Yeah, good one.
Our house in the middle of the street. Our house. Oh, that's the wrong tune. Yeah, can't sing.
Madness. It's a classic. Yes, did I read that one out before? A house is made of wood and stone, but only love can make a home.
Oh, Eleni says that's so spooky. I just released that Paul Young song on my Reacts channel. Oh, we have to go and watch that tonight.
Did you all know that Lainey has another channel called Lainey Reacts, where she plays songs and videos, watches them, and reacts to them?
Yeah, it's very good. We enjoy it.
Some are emotional. I'll just say that.
Particularly
some are hilarious.
Particularly if it's Radiohead.
Yes.
Reactions to Cliff Richard can be quite amusing.
True. Don't use cards to make cakes. They warp in the oven.
Oh
What?
dear.
Cards?
I feel like you're talking from experience, Belinda.
Don't use cards. I'm confused by that. When one door closes, another opens. Yep.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Do you know what the reference is?
Yeah,
to?
it's the film, the Marvel Universe film. What is it?
I don't know. I know. I'm waiting for you to tell me.
Yeah, I know, but I can't think what it's called now. The one with all the weird characters and a raccoon and stuff in it. I've never seen it. You can tell me, or is it a secret?
I'll let you have a think about it, and then I'll tell you later. When one door closes, another one opens.
I read that already.
Oh, have you?
If you do move in, don't let the stress it's caused get into the foundations. Ooh, that's deep. Right. Have we... I feel like I've read some of these.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think Lisa's put hers in twice.
Things that are meant to be will happen. So whether it's this house or the next, it'll be the right move for you, and your happiness will be the same either way. I believe that. I
fully believe that what's meant for you will happen. What's meant for you will be. So...
My wife loved this house when we were looking. It went off the market, but due to the woman who was buying it could not get a mortgage, came back on the market. We've now been in it for 18 years. See? So people would say it was meant to be, Cliff.
Well, I mean, maybe the first house wasn't really meant to be, but then I don't know. I just think location-wise, it probably wasn't now.
You've got to make it happen. Oasis. Okay, right. We could...
Oh, no.
What?
Was it? Night's Life says Michael Jackson lyrics. But he did Smile. He recorded Smile.
Yeah, he did a version.
Chaplin song. Yeah.
Yeah. When life gives you lemons, squirt them in the sitting tenant's eyes. Not sure we'll be doing that. Book some tickets to have a voyage.
Oh,
Rich has been.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
I was going to say, yeah.
That's the one.
I don't know if I could. It just feels weird.
You've seen them live.
I've seen them live.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So Husty's Emporium says that, it was both. It was.
It's funny with houses. I've got a balcony and I dropped a fart, but wind took it to the neighbours. She was fuming at 6 a.m. and I didn't order a fart with my coffee. Was my fave line while not laughing. What? That's so random, Jay. Thanks for that. Right, let's pick one of these before we... there's a link for Lainey's channel. Please go and check it out. There's some really fascinating videos on there. Yeah, particularly the Radiohead ones, because I'm a big fan. Right.
Quinine is good for...
Yeah, I just saw that.
Cramps,
okay.
apparently.
We are going to scroll back and leave you with... What, do you want to pick one?
One right at the beginning, I think, was one that I liked.
There's always one right at the beginning.
That means you've got to scroll back.
I quite like that one. Teresa said I like that. I'm gonna pick one.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
We're gonna go with that for today.
Okey-dokey.
Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. I like that bit.
Yeah, giving up what weighs you down.
Give up what weighs you down.
Oh, yeah. This one, I thought that was quite apt. I know you chose
Wherever I lay my tap.
but I just thought that was quite
I'm
apt.
at home. Right, we'll leave you with both of those. Thank you for sticking around. We've still got 372 of you with us, which is amazing considering all we've done is whinge on about our house purchase.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Thank you for listening, and it's been interesting listening to your situations, because a lot of people have had stress with their house moving, house buying, etc.
Thanks for subbing to Lainey, by the way.
Game of Life lives in Thetford, somewhere near Thetford.
That's not far from where we're hoping to be. Yes. So thanks for putting up with that. Thanks for all your words of encouragement and best wishes with everything. As I keep saying, 2 options here: it will work out or it won't. One of those is in our future.
That's pretty much life, isn't it? It will either work out or it
yeah,
won't.
and if you can be if comfortable with both options, then you're fine.
Yeah.
So we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow with. It may not come out tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow, maybe out Tuesday. Do you have a video on your channel?
There is a video on my channel. If you saw our Jumble Trail vlog, I have done a standalone video talking about the Portmeirion that we bought. So if you're interested in ceramics or Portmeirion or vintage Portmeirion, then yeah, I've done a haul video about that, but also just delving into Pomona a little bit more as well.
Did you find some interesting facts about it all and share them?
A little bit, not hugely, but
good stuff. Yeah, at this rate, the app might be out before you move. I know. Hopefully. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
So thank you all for being with us. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I now forgotten who it was. I apologize. And we'll be back soon. We'll see you next. Actually, we won't see you next Sunday, will we?
Won't. I just wanted to say thank you, BCP, for putting my channel URL in.
Hello, Bumcrack Picker. Been a while. Yes, Andrea's channel. Please go and sub to Andrea's channel. You're putting regular content on there, all about reselling and sourcing and all that good stuff. Are we done?
I think so. Yes. So yeah, we won't be here next Sunday.
Taking a week off because we'll be in a field singing at the top of our lungs. Yes. Bye.
Bye.